Hi there, everybody. Welcome back. Look at me. I'm wearing an Into the AM shirt. I've talked about them before. I absolutely live in them. I need to get rid of my other clothes because I'm obsessed with these. I will try to have the link down below for you, but if you use code KeeperCGC on Into the AM, you can get up to 10% off of your purchase. Also, they give me a little something, which I appreciate because then I buy more things. I literally, the first opportunity I got, I definitely bought like 3 more shirts. I also got Azurite a really nice like Henley t-shirt for Christmas, and it's so soft. Like, man, when he wears that one, I'm like, hey, let me run my hands over your arms and stuff. Inappropriate maybe, but welcome back to American Truck Sim. We are going for a trip from Wichita Falls to Dodge City with some scaffolding, as you can clearly see. The main reason I took this trip was because there is a chance, it's a small chance, but there is a chance that we might hit Lawton, which is a city that has eluded me forever. So it's a little bit shorter of a trip. Like normally I try to do like 8.5 up trips, and this one is like just under 7. But there is that chance that we might hit it. I don't think it's close, but I don't think it's that close. But I figured we'd give it a try because the only other trip that I did see within like my usual parameters was the route was like this. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. It's like when you're up in like, I think it's like near Idaho. Like that's Idaho's all wiggly. But anyways, how you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. We're welcome to Oklahoma. Thanks so much. We are simply vibing, having a good time. It's I just love this game so much. I could play, like, honestly, I feel like I could I don't feel like I could become an American Truck Sim streamer specifically for that, because like I feel like people who like stream American Truck Sim regularly like know things and stuff and care about following laws, and they do like really long trips and stuff. I'm just here for the vibes, and like if people get crashed into of all my fault, I'm okay with it. Oh my goodness. But anyways, we've just been vibing. It's early in the year right now. I know you'll be seeing this in February, but it's January for me right now, and so I'm like trying to set like new habits and stuff. Here's the thing, this month I feel like it's really early in the month, but I feel like it's almost the end of the month, and I'm kind of stressed out about January specifically because I had Frogmas on Twitch last month where I have giveaways and stuff. So I have a list of giveaways that I have to give to people or send out to people, which, oh no! Oh, I was trying to scratch my leg. You know what? I'm still gonna scratch my leg. That could have been significantly worse. Anyway, but I need to finish sewing these frog butts. Before I do. Thankfully, everybody voted. I make little plush frogs. You can't see them. There's some on the shelves behind me. And I sew them. I flip them. I give them eyes. I stuff them. I sew them shut. I sew on tummies. And then I give them mouths. And the ones that I've been working on for Frogmas, because I was trying to work on a different color palette for each Frogmas, are black with white eyes, and I was gonna do a white tummy and a white mouth, and I shared them on stream, and people were like, wait, I love them without a mouth and without a tummy, so I just have to sew them shut. We're calling them void frogs, but I think I have like 1, 2, like probably 3 for that, plus I send them all to my mods too, so I have to do like 9 total. I think I have like 12 or 15. And they're like, oh, hello? And they're like almost there. I just got to finish sewing them. But there's so many other things that I've been doing, like creative things that I want to do instead of sitting there and sewing these frogs shut. I just need to do it. But, we take our times. But what I have been doing lately, which I've been okay, so if you've been around, you might know that I have a vlog channel, which I have vlogged on for 8 years now. I think 2017, like I've tried vlogging before, but 2017 was when I like really locked in. I'm like, oh, we're gonna take this serious. Have I posted in a couple weeks now? No. But what I had been doing for, I would say probably from September to December, was on Saturdays I would record, because that was like the only days when the littles weren't here, and I'm not comfortable with them being on the camera and on the internet, because the internet's a weird place and all that kind of stuff, and I don't want to be a mommy vlogger. I mean, like, obviously I'm going to talk about things I do as a stepmom, but I don't want to be a mommy vlogger. Don't want to be a family vlog. See, that says lot in there. So maybe we'll get it. But I think I was getting a little bored because every day it was the same thing, like, hey, I'm done volunteering and now here's what I'm going to do today. So what I've started to try to do this week, this is the first full week of of the new year when I'm recording this. What I've been doing this week so far is when I wake up in the morning, I'll grab the camera and for like a couple hours, I'll be like, this is what we're doing today. And then I'll do the things. I was, baking bread, I was sewing and stuff. Oh, no, we're not going to make it. I don't think we're going to get Laden. Dang it. One day we will get that. Today's not that day. And so I think what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to do like weekly vlogs. And so like it'll be like a Monday to Friday or like a Sunday to Saturday thing or something. And I'll just like go about my mornings basically when I wake up in the morning or, whatever I get done that day. So I made bread today, and the other day I was working on a new sewing project, and I don't know, stuff like that brings me joy, and so like maybe it'll bring other people joy. I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty boring because I never want to dox myself, so I've always been so cautious about vlogging outside of the house because I never want to like accidentally have something in the background and shoot. And someone be like, oh, I know that Walmart from the way the A is. And I know where you live, right? Because, like, here's the thing. I lived in Vancouver for many years. I had no problem vlogging in Vancouver. I didn't do it as much. But, like, when I went back and visited and stuff, I had no problem with that. Because Vancouver's a really big city, so whatever. It's fine. However, I will say there's a relatively popular content creator who bought a condo or was looking, I'm pretty sure they bought a condo, and they showed a picture or they showed some footage from outside the condo. I was like, oh my God, I know exactly where that is. And like, that's something I never wanted. Like, so that's why I like don't really leave the house. Or if I do leave the house, I make sure that I'm only vlogging in stores, but then I'm awkward vlogging in stores. So I mostly just stay at home. And so like when it was like every Saturday, like I haven't edited vlogs for like a couple weeks now because I think I'm just bored of me. And that's why I haven't posted them. So I'm hoping to get through that backlog. I missed I don't think I vlogged like much of December because I was so sick. And we had the littles a lot in December. And I don't think I vlogged a ton in October because we had the littles like every weekend in October. And so it's just like, I think if I do it during the day, because the littles are at school, Azurate's sleeping, so I'm not going to disturb him or anything. I think like if I do like little vlogs during the day, because like I was trying before to like, I'll just vlog on Tuesday and I'll vlog my whole day on Tuesday. But then there'd be like huge gaps where I didn't vlog anything because it was like I was doing like family time and stuff. Whereas I think if I like wake up in the morning, I'm like, hey, good morning, here's where we're at. This is what the plan is for today, and like do my little thing. And then be like, okay, like I'll see you tomorrow because I gotta go do that stuff. I think that's gonna be better. So that's kind of the plan. That's kind of what I'm going for with this. And so far I've been excited about it. It's been 2 days, maybe 3 days. So far I've been enjoying it though. So that is good. I also, okay. I don't think I've talked about what I got for Christmas on here. One of the things I got for Christmas, I'm adult. I'm an idiot. I'm a moron. Oh no. Not because of my speeding, but that doesn't help. That was awful. I have over here on my right, I have it's an old TV that I had. It's like a 15-inch RCA, which at some point when I started, so in my streaming journey, relatively early on, I struggled with like having Discord up so I could see like if anything crazy was happening, and then also having my music up and seeing what that was, if people had questions and whatnot. Blah, blah, blah. So I was like, wait, I have this monitor. I can set this up as like my Discord music monitor. And that's all I use it for. I always have my Discord up. When I stream, I have a specific channel in my Discord called Keeper During Stream. And that is where my mods can convey information to me, or I can convey information to them that is important that we can't say in the chat. Like if there's someone really questionable that I want them to keep an eye on, or if say there's nobody to take over and they're the last mod that's there, they can let me know, hey, I'm leaving, without it being like, hey, Keeper, in the chat, I'm leaving. You're the only person here. There's no more mods, you know? And so I find it really great for that. And I have... We're in trouble. No, we're fine. No, well, we still got a ticket. Whatever. And I've had that, and I've used that for a while, and it is on its own stand that is a little bit higher and up there. And so I have a monitor over here. Uh-oh. Pardon me. Which I usually have my streaming program in, but like if I'm hanging out here and like if I'm like editing and like doing stuff, I'll have like a video playing there and stuff, because these two monitors, this one in front of me and the one just to the left of me but not elevated, are like my workflow monitors. They're the ones that I'm like mostly working on at all times. Yes, I have 4 monitors, plus I have a prompter up here, so it's technically kind of a 5th display, but I only really use it for chat. Sometimes I'll throw a video up there if I've got like stuff going on and everything and I want to watch something, but typically it's just for chat. I digress. So for Christmas, I wanted to get another monitor stand so I could elevate that monitor, because right now it's sitting on top of my PC case, which is not an issue. It's fine there, but I'd like to bring it in because it's kind of a little close to where the closet access is, and I'm afraid I'm going to hit it and knock it off or something. Plus, I also have on top of my PC... Uh-oh. I had to do it. Shoot, where am I going? Oh, there we go. I also have on top of my PC, I have like my Switch and stuff. And so I don't want like things to get knocked over. So I wanted to get a stand. And so Azure very kindly went to the link I sent him and got me a stand for that monitor. The link I sent him was for a 30-inch tall monitor stand, not a like 43 or 47, 49, I think is what the other one is. So I went to use it, but as you can imagine, it didn't work because it's like desk height, basically. So I was very disappointed in myself and sad and dumb. But then I was like, you know what? Let's resolve that. We can use this still. Like, this is okay. And so what I've done is I put my main monitor here, the one directly in front of me, on it. And it, oh God. It means the monitor's a little bit closer to me. Not that it matters. I still can't see anything in front of me. It means the monitor's a little bit closer to me. But I really like that it is off of the actual desk, because my old... we're just getting tickets like crazy. The old stand would stick out. So with it being... Yeah, drop that money! With it being where it is now, if I need to slide back my keyboard, like if I'm doing Lego or something, then it's out of the way or like whatnot. And so I really, really like that. So it was not what I tried to get, but it's definitely something that I really value and I really appreciate having. And it also helped me kind of come to the idea of like, wait a minute, if I can lift this one off of my desk, why can't I lift that one as well, which is my other workflow monitor, which would be great too, because with this monitor being a little bit closer right now, because I've got my steering wheel in front of me, I'm back far enough and I can see basically that whole screen. But when I'm streaming, I'm like 4 to 6 inches closer because I'm closer to my desk because I don't have this here. And I can't see part of that screen. And so I'm like, why don't I, instead of getting a singular monitor mount that will just do that screen, why don't I get a dual monitor mount? Here comes another ticket. Let's go. Why don't I get a dual monitor mount that I can put both of those screens on, and then I can also elevate this one, and then that'll give me more desk space. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I found one. It's not too expensive. It's the same brand as this one that I have. I think Vivo? Bro, did you even stop and see me? And I think it's like $60 US, which I think is pretty reasonable because I think like this one was like 30. And I can put them both on there, and I think that'll be nice. So that's the plan. I also want to move this one up a little bit more. Because like it's already a little bit higher than it was, which is nice, but I can move it up probably about maybe 2 inches more without interfering with the prompter. So yeah, so happy little accident what happened there, because now I'm like, wait a minute. Azure was like, can your computer or can your desk, like, because I have like a table, like I I have a folding table as my desk, but it's like a sturdy folding table. He's like, can that hold more weight? I'm like, I'm pretty sure it can, because it's really, like, monitors aren't that heavy. And everything else is already on here. So, like, I'm sure it's going to be fine. The whole thing collapses. I'd be so sad. Sad because I'd have to replace it. But, like, I want to replace it at some point, too. I just don't know what I want. Like, part of me is, like, leaning towards, like, Alex drawers from IKEA. Because I have no storage under my desk. I have, like, a little ottoman and stuff. But I don't know if that's reasonable. Because, like, the space that I have right here is not maybe so much conducive to the size of desk I want, but I think that will at least help get like some clutter off my desk too, because again, the stands are like V's. They're not like little squares, they're like V's, and so they do take up quite a bit of space. So I'm glad to have that off there, and eventually I will get the other things. There's like household stuff that I want to work towards acquiring this year. We have a couch. It's like an L-shaped couch, and it's one of those ones too that you can like pull out to make it a bed for people to sleep over. The very first time Azure and I met in person, we stayed in an Airbnb, and they had a couch like this, but I think they probably had like the IKEA brand, so like the more expensive brand, compared to the one that we have. And we're like, this is fantastic, because we just like laid there together and like cuddled and like watched movies and stuff. And I'm like, this will be perfect. Except the one that we have like immediately got broken. I don't know what happened. I wasn't living here at the time. It was like early on in our relationship too, and I helped Azure like furnish the house. And so that one like immediately got broken, and it's not super comfy. So we're like looking at like what we can do to like replace that, and we want to get like a slightly bigger one, because it's got like 2 seats and then like the L lounge chaise thing, and there's 4 of us that like want to hang out together, and like it's nice if the littles want to like lay on the floor and watch, so like that works. But like if anybody wants to be on the couch together, it's a bit of a problem. So that's something that I want to look into replacing maybe this year. Like I don't want to go like high end right now, because the littles are still, young, still in elementary school and stuff. And so I don't want to get something so nice that if it got destroyed, I'd be devastated. I've been looking at like boneless couches, the ones that you like get and they're like all vacuum packed, and you open them up and they get like big and fluffy. And I measured the other day, and because I found one that's like, it's like 3 seats, and they're like wide seats, and it has 2 ottomans. So it's like modular, so you can switch it up. And I'm like, that could really work for our space. I don't know if our coffee table would work at that point though, but who knows? But like, it would give us a lot of space to sit. And also with it being modular, if we did have people come over, because if we did have people come over, we could still arrange it so that they could sleep on it, because like, as not the most comfortable as this is now, we could still pull it out and like throw a bunch of blankets on it. And Adela, who's one of my mods and Azurites known since they were like 15 from playing WoW, came out for our wedding, and she slept on that, and she said it was super comfy. I made her a nest. I was like, I like lots of blankets, so you're getting lots of blankets. We also, over the last, I would say like 6 months, we picked up new chairs for our dining room table, because again, when Azurite left his past relationship, moved in here, they had beds and stuff, but they didn't have like the rest of the house furniture. And so so I helped him with, we got like a table set off of Amazon, and it was great for some time, but then the chairs really started to break down, as did my tailbone when the chair decided to stop functioning as a chair. My poor butt. It still hurts sometimes. And this was in February. Anyways, so we've replaced the chairs. We went to the thrift store. We got some metal ones for Azurite and I. They're pretty nice. And then I was like, I would really like to replace the other ones, because we had like a bench seat and another one, a questionable chair which we didn't want to break. We got 2 like solid wood ones, and I think like for each of the chairs we paid like less than $20 each, so like pretty solid. The table, however, when Azurite was putting it together, he like over tightened something, and so it was cracked from the start. And so one of the legs too is starting to like come out, and like obviously we don't want the table to fall apart while we're using it. And as I keep telling the littles, like, you need to not like hang on the table like that, because then we won't have a table. And I think we're gonna like maybe go to like a thrift store and see if we can find a good one that works for us. We just haven't had the time. There's a thrift store near us that we go to like somewhat regularly, but they never really seem to have tables. There's one a little bit further away from us that apparently is like the furniture thrift store. So we just need to find time to get there. So a couch and a new dining room table are like the main things, but also like with the littles, like they have a closet that they haven't been able to use. It's got beautiful wood built-ins. For like, there's like a big deep shelf at the top, and then there's like a little like corner shelf because it's like kind of built in the corner. I would like to get them like a dresser to go in there, because right now they've got like, you know, like little like cubey modular things that they keep their clothes in, and it's just not a good time. So I think a dresser would be better. Personally for me, like I love a good dresser. Oh, train. I was gonna go past this person. And so I think like a dresser or maybe two for in their closet. I did a little bit of measuring the other day. And then once we get rid of the modular cubey thing, I would like to get them bookshelves for like tall bookshelves like what I have behind me for their room, so they can display their Lego or any other like trinkets and like anything like cute that they have in their books that they have. Because like with me volunteering at the library bookstore, I find books that I think they would like here and there. And so, or like, you know, like makeup or like any little things. Because like they're getting to the point where the way that they use their room is changing as they're getting older. And so I want to help facilitate those things. So I might try to get them a dresser soon. I cleaned out their closet. Their closet was a mess. Okay. We did, in November, we took out all like the random totes that were in there. But then like they still had like clothes because they haven't used the closet because the room was such a mess and their toy box was a mess, the whole thing. We cleaned up the toy box and a lot of the room earlier this year. But we never got to the closet. And so I just snuck in there last Saturday. I cleaned the entire thing. Told Azurite's mom, haven't told anybody else. Although nobody questioned where like all the extra blankets on the couch went. They're on the top shelf of their closet. And like got that so organized. I'm kind of waiting to see what's going to come first. If someone's going to notice it, or if I'm going to be like, okay, can we deal with the closet and like move all their clothes over? And then they'll be like, once they're done. I'm like trying to figure out if there's a way that I could like acquire a dresser. I thought there's gonna be something big coming around here. Like acquire a dresser, like order one and then like build it and like put it in without anybody noticing. But I don't know. So we will see. I like in an ideal world, because there's two of them and they do share that room, it would be nice to have two dressers for them so they could each have their own. I found one on Amazon that I quite like. I don't love that it's got like the fabric drawers, but I think like a lot of things are moving towards fabric drawers, but it's short enough that it won't impact the hanging clothes. Oh no. That's fine. It's short enough that it won't impact the hanging clothes. I'm not sure, because like in an ideal world, two dressers and they can hit their two hampers in there too. So I would just have to kind of like look at the logistics of that, you know? So that's where we're at. And then I would like to get two bookshelves. I did measure for the bookshelves. They wouldn't be able to go side by side, but they could go like corner, which I don't think would be a bad thing. And then each of them could have like their own bookshelf, right? Like I think it's so important for them to have their own spaces. And like they do have like that modular cube thing that they each have a side of it, but I don't love it because of the way it is. They pull out one piece of clothing and then they drop all their clothing on the ground. And I'm like, yeah, and they don't pick it up. They're getting better though. Like I will say, like I've noticed over like the last couple of weeks, I say like week and a half, I think they're like finally truly seeing the value of like having a clean space. And so they've been keeping like the living room a little bit cleaner and stuff. I also think part of it is they're on their computers a bit more because we got them computers for Christmas. And so I think that's part of it, because they like enjoy being on those, and so they're not making as much of a mess. But like overall, like just generally, I would say like the last couple week and a half or so, they've been more open to like, hey, can you clean this up and get this organized? And like understanding that, you know, it takes there's 5 people in this house, and if 5 people make a mess and only one person is cleaning that up, that's not fair. But if 5 people are making messes and cleaning up after themselves, it's making a huge difference. I've started implementing what I call closing shift at night. So like before I go to bed, I try to make sure that the kitchen is clean, the dishwasher is loaded, if not run, depending on how full it is. And I want to start adding the living room and the dining room into that. I haven't quite got there yet. So usually in the morning, like, not the living room, but I'll like clean the dining room or the table and stuff. But is this where we're going? I think so. It is. But yeah, and that's really helped in the morning to like feel more organized. And Azurite's been helping me with that too. And I appreciate it. The other day I couldn't do the closing shift at night. Because the littles were butts and they were sleeping in the living room because they know that they can get away with it with nanners. And so Azurite did the closing shift in the morning when he got home from work, which I do appreciate because that's a lot. And it takes many people. I will say I do take on the majority of the domestic tasks because I don't work. And so I've moved into that role because that's how I feel like I can add value to the family and stuff. I can food prep, I can meal prep, I can clean, etc. And so that's like the role that I have taken on. But it's nice to obviously have help to not be doing it all alone. But anyways, I'm excited to get some furniture and stuff hopefully this year and we'll see. Anyways, thank you for watching. Do make sure you subscribe because we always have ATS or European or Euro Truck Sim 2. I always forget what it's called exactly. On Mondays, we have full game playthroughs Tuesdays and Thursdays and demos on the weekends. It's always a good time. See you soon. Bye.